Okay, let's go, Alicia. G'day, we are Matt and Katie. We are husband and wife photographers from Australia. We're super pumped to be here with you tonight, and thank you so much to Kevin and Photographers Ignite for having us. Our talk is called There's Gotta Be Something More.
3 years ago, I was making the most money I've ever made as a photographer. I had the big fancy studio and I just smashed out $260,000 worth of portrait sales in a year. Then I collapsed twice in one day. Matt found me unconscious in the shower and had to rush me to hospital. For the next 4 months, I was completely bedridden. I hated photography and what it had done to me. This is my journey from hating photography to where I am now.
I tried pretty much everything to get Katie to fall back in love with photography. I bought her the token contacts so that she could shoot film and express her creativity that way. I also flew her to WPPI as a surprise, but she just stayed in her hotel room the whole stinking time. We're in a place where our business is very successful. We've been shooting 40 weddings a year for the last 3 years, and we love weddings, but we've gotten to a place where we can kind of do it without thinking, and we've been asking ourselves that surely there's got to be something more.
In 2011, we spent 3 months overseas, and last year we spent 5 months overseas. Again, love shooting weddings, love traveling, but always that question, surely there's got to be something more. Last year, I went over by myself to Nepal to work with an organisation that rescues girls from as young as 5 from sex trafficking. Hundreds of girls rescued over the last 4 years, and no photographer had offered to tell their story. This is Binu. Binu is from one of the poorest villages in Nepal. Girls in her villages are actually being snatched from their bed in the middle of the night and sold into sex trafficking. She found us and she was terrified. She just begged and pleaded with us to take her and her sisters because her mother was sick. We sponsored Binu on the spot and she came back with us to Kathmandu that day. And I'm glad to say that all her sisters are now safe in Kathmandu at the hostel. But unfortunately, not all girls are as lucky as Binu. This is Ruth. Ruth's own family sold her into sex trafficking when she was 12. What this girl has gone through is just, she was forced to service up to 60 men a day. But this is Ruth now, and I'm happy to say that my photography is now helping girls like Binu and Ruth find sponsors. And that for me, even one girl rescued, that's better than any top 10 list or any award that you could ever give me. In a few weeks' time, I'm going over to continue the work. They started a program where they take throwaway babies. These babies, if their parents don't want them, leave them in the jungle to die.
Earlier this year, we travelled to Cambodia to work with another small unknown organisation. This time it was a school that gives a free English education to over 700 kids. And tomorrow, we're going to change their lives and the lives of their families. We want you to know that photography is a gift. There are thousands of us in this room right now, and there are thousands of organisations all across the world desperate for a photographer to tell their story.
We feel that as photographers, we've got it a little bit wrong. We spend so much time sitting there watching what everyone else is doing, comparing ourselves. It's like we put photographers on pedestals for taking pretty photos of pretty girls in pretty dresses, which is great. But there's stories like these that are not being told. As an industry, wouldn't it be great if we could shift our focus to shine a light on these organisations? I know for me, taking the focus off myself and thinking how I could help someone else with my camera, that's what made me fall in love with photography again. 3 years ago, bedridden, hated photography, struggling with anxiety and depression. And even though I'm totally freaking out and feel like I'm having a panic attack right now, I've been off my medication for 2 years. I've come to realise that I do not need to be a rock star photographer. I can just be little old Katie from Toowoomba in Australia and I can change the freaking world. And I want you guys to too.
So here's what we want you to know. Every single one of us in this room, we all have a circle of influence. And in that circle, you are the rock star. You are the person that everybody is looking to because you are living a remarkable life and you are chasing your dreams. I had something profound to say right here, but what I'm going to do is do this instead. If you want to be part of an industry that makes a difference, stand up right now.
You!
If you want your life to count for something more than taking pretty photos, stand up right now. If you want to be a photographer that makes a difference, if you want to join us and change the freaking world, clap your hands and scream your heads off right now. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
One more thing. I just want to leave you with a quote. Inspiration and awareness without action is entertainment. Remember that. Inspiration and awareness without action is entertainment. Go away from here today and do. Do it. Make a difference, because I know that we can. I know that we can.